I'm not really sure how I want to even begin this video because I was sitting down to film this and I definitely was like, I don't want to film this, but I feel like it'll help me move past it if I can get all of my thoughts and feelings out. If you read the title of this video and if you read that little trigger warning that I put at the beginning of this video, then you know what I'm about to talk about. Last week, I found out that an old friend of mine from high school passed away. And I found out in a really odd way, and I think that's why it took me quite a while to process it and get past the denial stage, because all this past week I just kept saying to myself, this can't be real. There's no way that this happened. Like, I kept saying that in my head over and over again, but obviously it happened, and I am going through the different stages of grief, and I'm like bouncing back and forth between all of the different stages, and I've been an emotional roller coaster. I guess I will start by talking about how I ended up finding out about my friend passing away. We definitely weren't like best friends or anything, but I would consider us friends. We went to high school together and we hung out outside of high school a couple of times. We also hung out when we were adults outside of high school. So we definitely were friends. We had that kind of friendship where it was normal to not talk to each other for months at a time, but then message each other to kind of check up on each other to make sure, you know, if we were doing okay and what we've been up to, things like that. So our conversations were very sporadic, but each conversation we had was very meaningful. Prior to me finding out that he had passed away, I hadn't heard from him in, I would say, 9 months or so, which was pretty normal to not hear from him for that long. So I really didn't think anything of it. At one point, a couple months ago, I actually thought of him and I sent him a message just checking up on him, and I never got a response. And now I know why I didn't get a response. It was on July 4th that I found out because it was his birthday. So I was going to go write happy birthday on his Facebook and wish him a happy birthday. I went to his Facebook page and I saw someone had posted on his Facebook wall, "Rest in peace," you know, RIP. And that got me concerned. Naturally, I was like, okay. But I didn't see anything else posted on his profile since October. So I did a little bit of sleuthing on the internet, as one would do when you're trying to find something out about someone that you hadn't talked to in a while. And I did come across not his obituary, but an announcement of his passing. And I know it was him because his birthday matched up and people were sending condolences to his family members, and I knew who his family members were, so I knew for sure that it was him. And he had passed away on November 9th of 2021, which made sense that the last thing that I saw on his Facebook was back in October, and why I never got a response to my message was because at that point he was already gone. I think it hurt me a lot more than I thought it was going to, because I had known him for so long, and even though we weren't the best of friends, you know, we had a friendship. We bonded a lot through my dance. He really enjoyed watching me dance. He watched me when I did the talent show in high school all 4 years. Actually, just the first year he watched, but then the next 2 years he actually participated as well. He sang, and let me tell you, the first time I heard him sing took my breath away. He was a beautiful, beautiful singer, and that was the time in high school that we really hung out and spent time together. He introduced me to his grandparents. It's really, really hard for me to process that this happened and that such a good, kind, talented person had to go through what he did and ended up passing away at such a young age. I don't know how he passed away, but honestly, it does not matter in the long run because he's gone, and I don't think there's anything that I could have done to prevent that. He did have a lot of health issues. He had celiac disease like I did. I don't know what else he had, but I know that he missed school a lot. He told me about some of it, but I really don't know the full extent of his health issues. I do know that at one point towards the end of high school, he did end up in a coma from eating gluten. And I don't know if that was the cause of all of these other health problems that came up, or if it accelerated whatever he already had. And I also know that towards the end of his life, he was in a wheelchair. And that's about all the extent that I know about his health issues. I guess my biggest regret that I had been feeling lately was that I never told him how much he truly meant to me. And it makes me sadder now because he did tell me how much I meant to him. I don't really know what else to say about it. I'm still grieving. I would say I am past the denial stage. I'm past, I did flop back and forth between the denial and the bargaining stage, where I was like, if only I did this and this and this. Like I said, the thing that I regret the most is not fully telling him how I felt when I had the opportunity to. This just goes to show you that you should not hold anything back. If you love someone as a friend, as someone you are romantically interested in, as family, tell them. Tell them how much they mean to you, because you never know if you are ever going to see them again. With that being said, I am going to go now. Thank you for listening if you made it all the way through this very rambly video, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.